Is all about why females should be trained differently to men. And this is really, really important because women are like Ferraris and men are like dumper trucks. And I'll explain. I've been working with females for over 26 years and always getting them a flat stomach, getting them to lose the body fat and lifting up their bums, making their breasts look bigger and making them feel and look younger. And how I've done this is by looking at a woman's body from a scientific point of view. So many women will go in the gym and they will overtrain in which to lose the body fat, but they haven't addressed their diet, or they may be overtraining on treadmills and doing cardiovascular training, where it's been proven that women that do too much cardiovascular training end up storing more body fat and not losing it. Remembering that when you run on a treadmill, your body becomes an efficient calorie burner, not an efficient fat burner. And it's now been scientifically proven, especially for women that are going through the menstrual cycle or going through menopause, that strength and conditioning training is what they should be doing. So they should have heavy lifts in the deadlift, heavy lifts in the squat, heavy lifts in the bicep curl or the tricep pushdowns if they want to increase lean muscle tissue. Now, I found with lots of my female clients that their diets are totally out of whack for their metabolic type. When a female eats according to a metabolic type properly, they gain lean muscle tissue that they've lost through bad dieting. You have to remember that what we eat makes up our body. So if you're not eating enough protein as a female, whether you're a carbohydrate type, a mixed type, or a vegan or a vegetarian, you will lose the valuable muscle that you need to hold on to, especially as you age. If you're over the age of 30, your bone mass is declining and your muscle mass is declining, the same what it does for men. But it's more extreme for women because you've got estrogen, which is the governing hormone in a woman's body, not to testosterone. And remembering that men have got 10 times more testosterone. I've been working out for over 36 years and I'm still not as muscular as Mr. Olympia, Dorian Yates or people like that, because it's very hard to gain muscle. You've got to be consistent, you've got to be regular. And this is what's really important for females. To gain muscle is going to be much harder than what it is for a man. I'm sorry to say that, but that's what it's like. But if you work with a Czech practitioner, master level 5 like myself, I have lots of tools in my toolbox that enables you to gain lean muscle mass over time, lean muscle mass. Remembering as a female, the more muscle that you've got, the smaller jeans and dresses you can wear, because muscle takes up less room on the body than what fat does as a structure. They've found scientifically that when women train during their menstrual cycle, it can relieve pain and help the body and the mind for the woman to be less stressed. But doing cardiovascular training on treadmills can be dangerous for the ankle, the hip, knee and pelvis, lower back and even the neck. So when I train my females, I do over 150 assessments before we start, and then we do a 10-day diet and lifestyle assessment to make sure I'm looking at every area precisely to get you the result that you're looking for. Now, if you've been out of shape for over 20 years, you're not going to be in shape in 3 months. It may take 6 to 12 months to get into shape, because a woman's body is so much more fragile than a man's. If I train a man, I can get him to do boxing and do high velocity training, and they will get through it. And with my skill, they won't get pain or get injured. But when it comes to a woman, because of the mood, because of the menstrual cycle, and because of estrogen, I have to be very careful what I give my female clients. I really love training females because when they can see that they can do a press up that they couldn't do before, or that they can do a chin up that they couldn't do before, it's really empowering for them. And then when we start doing boxing together and we do pad work, and I teach them some little self-defense techniques that I learned when I was a nightclub bouncer, this really empowers them even more. There's no need for women to be weak. There's no need for women to feel inferior to men anymore. Women are more powerful than men, in my opinion, especially when it comes to the mind and emotions. Does that make sense? So I feel if you're a woman out there that's a bit lost in your fitness regime, or you're in pain and you're seeing somebody and it hasn't gone away, then there must be something that either you're doing wrong or your coach or your fitness professional is missing out. So remember, you're like a Ferrari, so you need to be looked after, you need to be tuned up regular, and you need to do scientific training for your body. Does that make sense? So if you're on a menstrual cycle, maybe you shouldn't be doing the 10K run because it's detrimental to your ligamentous system and your muscle. So it's all about looking at the body from a scientific female point of view. And this is what I do with all my female clients, is to make sure that I assess everything, so then that way nothing is missed out. So you could be getting lower back pain because of your menstrual cycle. You could be getting knee pain because your transverse abdominis is not firing properly. You could be having neck pain, which is contributing to your lower back pain because you're at a desk all day long doing that, typing away, and nobody's really assessed your desk or assessed your posture properly in which to reverse what's going on for you. And then the next subject is food allergies. So if you're a vegan or you're a vegetarian and you're eating veggies all the time and the same veggies all the time, you will be allergic to them vegetables. So you would have to do a 30-day rotation diet to be able to get over the food allergy. And I've had hundreds of clients with food allergies that are fat. Then when we do the food allergy test and they find out the foods that they need to rotate and get rid of, it goes much deeper than that. All of a sudden they drop the weight. All of a sudden they're thinking clearer. All of a sudden they're less moody. All of a sudden they can wear the dresses that they couldn't wear 2 or 3 years ago. You've got to remember as well, when a woman trains and when a man trains, the muscle gets a little bit inflamed as well as broken down. So some women have said to me, oh, I feel bigger after the session. And that's only because they don't understand the pump. And Arnold understood the pump very well. He said it was like he was coming day and night. And for me, when I get a pump from my session, I feel absolutely great. And this is what's really important about training a female with a fragile hormonal system. You mustn't underdo it and you mustn't overdo it. If you overdo it, you'll gain more fat. If you underdo it, then you won't lose the fat. And if you don't combine the diet with lifestyle and exercise, you probably won't get into shape. So I see lots of women walking around that are morbidly obese, got massive bellies, big bums, the breasts have gone if they've had babies, and it's simply because the body's become insulin resistant. And to change that can take weeks or months, in which